Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Chrono Trigger. Last time, we considered the resolution each of us could have while we still have the ability to travel through time. And we learned about all sorts of spooky goings-on in the southeastern continent in the Middle Ages. This time, now that we have the carpenters repairing these ruins, we're gonna start exploring them further. You notice that the ghosts don't come back after you've cleared them out once. That's why I recommended Ayla so strongly in charming them before you do anything else. The enemies stay gone, and the fact that they drop such good items, that should be reason enough for you to hold off. Okay, you guys are Fallen and a Flesh Reaper. Pausing just because I wanted to make sure of something, and I was, like I said, getting really worried about causing myself trouble by not attacking enemies fast enough. Obtain an elixir, and that one is weak to physical damage, so that goes down. Though it doesn't actually truly go away. Remember that for a little later. Magus, you just kind of stay there adjusting your glove, looking cool. Maybe your glove is just like a size too small and you're just constantly trying to pull it back on. I've been there, done that. Clothes are absolutely the worst thing about being poor because everyone can see that they don't fit and... What? Oh, it's a reduced to 1 damage attack. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, they can't kill her. I get to cure 2. Wow. Well, this stinks. That's what I get for taking things all slow and careful. There's the Athenian water. Man, I am struggling kind of hard here. I hope I'm gonna be okay. You know, it's not worth it for an elixir. We have plenty of items. It's not like it's a turbo ether or anything. Just burn them. Flesh Reapers, they reduce you to 1 HP, and then they have their they have their draining attack. Other than that, they're pretty standard enemies. And there they go. Give a lot of experience, actually, and they drop a lapis. Boy, do I need that. I'm noticing that fights are getting harder. Not hard, but it's not to the point where I can just kind of, you know, take it slow at the beginning, explain things, and then start letting the enemy attack me to demonstrate things quite as well as I used to. I'm actually having to try quite a bit harder now. And by try a little harder, I mean screen nuke with magic twice, and down they go. Killing them with magic makes so that they don't just remain as a pile of bones on the floor. And that's Ayla's level, Magus's level. Then up here, there's you guys. And you guys too. Just having a party here. I'm thinking Dino Tail, actually. We haven't done that enough. No good dual text in this party, actually. Just roaring for it. She knows all of the mating calls of skeletons as well as dinosaurs. Hey, back in those days, they didn't care, man. Actually didn't do that much damage. I guess maybe elements do affect these fights quite a lot. Oh, that looked like it would have been very painful if it hit, just gouging out her eye. Ayla, don't take kindly to that. And there that goes. Fire seems to be the way to go. Easily. Frog doesn't join the level up club, unfortunately. Behind this door is a whole lot of nothing. Nothing at all that we can do. We can see into other areas, but it's just nothing. Nothing at all. You want the northern ruins repaired? 2,000 G ought to cover the cost. Thankfully, we stole money from dead people. And it's this cycle of going a little further each time, being able to clear out more and more of the dungeon, get more stuff for your troubles. Unfortunately, he didn't repair the very first thing that your mind is defaulting to. I guess he felt like the basement was more pressing than that. Down in the basement, where we learned the carpenter's priorities were not aligning with our own. It hurts me to see those treasure chests in front of me and not be able to get them. But we find something else. Here rests Cyrus, the fool who defied Magus. Cyrus. Cyrus, I have returned. I will fulfill the oath I swore so long ago, and my final promise to you as well. Cyrus. Glenn, thank you for making the journey all this way. Cyrus, you must think ill of me. You think over much. You've come far, my friend. I was never as fine a warrior as you are now. As Magus' fire consumed me, my heart burned with the thoughts of all I'd left unfinished and all I'd left behind. Magus, King Guardia, Queen Lean, and of course you, my dear good friend. Cyrus. But the skills you've honed over all this time are superior to any I could ever claim to know. I can rest now, knowing that all will be made right by your hands. Farewell, my friend. Cyrus, wait! The Queen. Look after Queen Lean. Farewell, Glenn. My friend. Cyrus! Forgive me, Cyrus. The Masamune? What else? All that emotional baggage was weighing you down. The hero's strength is the strength of will. Can't very well save the world if you're dwelling on the past. No, you're truly strong. True strength. And now we can use all of our power too, can't we, Masa? You bet, Mune. It's pulsing with strength. Ah, the Masamune's true form. I must go now, Cyrus. But I go to follow in your footsteps and see done all that you had wished. May my actions honor you. Come, let us be on our way. This needed to happen. I'm glad that that whole awkward period where the Masamune had served its purpose and it was just getting replaced with generic swords actually turned into its own story. Because I always felt so wrong not having the Masamune on him all that time after it served its purpose slaying Magus. I'd say no offense to the guy, but I think he deserves to feel awkward about this one. Call it redemption, call it revenge, call it whatever you want. All that's important is that he feels awkward. But I'm glad that this is a thing that happened. I did not mean to go forward in time, actually. With the Masamune now powered up, Frog has it automatically equipped the legendary blade awoken by virtue. The brave sword pales in comparison pathetically compared to it. 200 attack for Frog. More than Ayla, more than Robo, more than Chrono. You're doing great, bud. You've come such a long way. And that means also that the Hero's Badge now has a place on him once again, upping his regular attack's critical hit rate to 50%. It also just hit me that while we were on Death's Peak, we got a weapon for Chrono. I tried to play it off by not saying anything about it. I'm sure many of you noticed that, yeah, it was probably a weapon for Chrono. I don't like how they give you a Chrono weapon just before you get him back, because they try to be all ambiguous of whether or not you're actually going to get him, but then they remove all that by giving you a weapon that cannot possibly be equipped to him if you don't do it. We've done all we can. We go upstairs, and following the rules from Guardia Castle that we learned all that time ago, whenever you see a chest, say yes to me, say no to me. In the other direction, there's a regular chest. I don't want to touch that quite yet. And in the upper middle is a new room. Oh, is this the one? Is this the one? No, it's not. There is a certain room that I've been looking out for. Something that is very easily missed and is probably the last thing that most people did in this game. And you want to be very diligent for it. There's an enemy called the Soul that I've been looking out for. that is certainly a rare enemy, but it has a unique property that we have not seen anywhere else. I've been kind of on the edge of my seat, and that's been why I've been watching really carefully when fighting enemies, trying to make sure that it's not on screen and I don't see it before I use some kind of screen nuke. Magus is just doing fire left and right here. You think I have him replacing Luca? He hits for a respectable 1,400 damage. He doesn't have the highest magic stat out of everyone, but he's still damn good. Up here, I think this might be it, actually. I'm trying to be kind of careful. Okay. So you guys, yes! All right. There is the enemy Fallen and the enemy Soul. Whenever you see these two together, don't attack directly. Just let them pound on you for a little while. Might as well be on the safe side. Don't want to accidentally spread around too much damage or something. This sounds like a good opportunity to charm them. You can get a Lapis off of those guys. The souls can be charmed to obtain possibly something. I actually don't know what they give. At least not out of memory. Oh, Ayla, you better not counter these guys to death. Good, okay. I like it when you're not countering. That counter has actually caused me enemies that I can give a gratitude. I've been noticing that countering does kind of cause me to stress out from time to time. It's been kind of an emotional roller coaster using it now that I'm actually trying to actively get everything and trying to show you everything worthwhile. It's one of those challenges that I never had while playing it before, but it's been a new experience now. Guys, you can finish. To go over how souls work, they aren't... Okay, fuses with Fallen. Possess. This thing is now, after being healed... It's called a Fallen, but its official name in some capacity is a Fallen Soul. This is a unique enemy that cannot be fought any other way than allowing these two to fuse. As it is such a rare enemy, oftentimes it is the final spot in the bestiary that people are missing. Even worse, just like all the other enemies here, they go away forever after clearing the room. Unfortunately, they're hitting us around quite a bit, so it was a little bit rough dealing with them. So I'll heal you up right away, to show no hard feelings over everything that's happened. I do wish that Magus got some unique text in that scene if you brought him along in the party. We've seen that before already, where I've chosen to bring along certain party members just so that we could see something special. Ooh, that hit for a lot. Cure 2. Frog, you are here to guard people's lives. How fitting that you'd be a healer. What am I doing? We actually have Slurp Kiss in this party. Ayla can't really do much. Maybe she can just kiss Frog right now while we're waiting for the turn to come around again. They're hanging on. They're doing pretty well. Magus, how about you do lightning? Magus's battle pose look awesome, by the way. Just look at him right here. He looks like a disco king. Just the pose he's in, he's like, and then like all these flashy lights spin around it. I knocked over my drink by pantomiming along with it. I can never hope to be as cool as Magus. Like, him adjusting his glove looks cool, and then he just looks really crazy, like when he's like also like a maniac on the dance floor whenever he uses that. I've always thought that him using that tech makes him look like he's dancing to like some disco music or something. Come on. Gotta admit, I'm not having the best time fighting these guys. I'm not really doing so hot, so let's turn that around. Hey, yeah, split my head open. Do whatever you want. Actually, it doesn't have that much it doesn't have that much physical resistance. Maybe Ayla just needs to smack it in the face. Not Dino Tail. What about Boulder Toss? And then Frog can heal. And then Magus, you follow up with Fire just so we're doing some damage. It's pretty strong, actually. This thing could pass for a boss. It's a rare enemy. You often go an entire playthrough without seeing it. It's probably been a year or two since I've actually fought it, so I didn't remember it being quite this tough. Wow, this is good. When a random regular enemy fusing with another random regular enemy is tougher than the children of Lavos. And there it is. As long as you remember to fight that enemy, you should be pretty good to fill in the bestiary for playing the DS version. I'm not about to let you fuse again. You're going down. The souls on their own aren't a whole lot to write home about in the way of defenses like their counterparts that we've seen in other time periods. They just dodge a lot, don't have a lot of defense, don't have a lot of HP, just kind of a pain to take down quickly. Which might mean that you didn't have a hard time fighting that rare enemy and just got to see it anyway. They have Chrono's Wind Slash, being able to hit in straight lines. How nice of the dinosaur to walk by in such a specific way that it doesn't do anything to harm the castle, yet still gives us what we need. Got about 100 health, it looks like. Like I said, not a whole lot to write home about in the way of HP or defenses, just kind of a little tough to pick off. We'll check these chests. Say no to that. Say no to it. Back to the future. Present. On the left. Probably didn't need to save that, just wanted to be on the safe side. That contains an elixir. To the right. Nova armor upgraded. Obtained moonbeam armor. That is stronger than the ruby armor. Sorry, Ayla. Your side quest is rather inconsequential, and it gives higher magical resistance in general. And in the upper mid, chest number 2 has got the Siren's Kiss. Not Siren's Kiss, Valkyrie Bow. What am I saying? I can't read. I don't know how I misread that like that. It very clearly, whatever. Gives Marl respectable attack power and just does a lot of damage. And chest number 1, because I like counting down to the best stuff. Onimaru upgraded, attained the Suzaku. And the award for most pointless weapon goes to the Yaksha Blade. Aren't you so glad they spoiled Chrono was coming back to life by giving it to you up on the mountain? Does quad damage for critical hits and has much more attack power. Chrono will catch up yet. Going into the basement in the present time, now that everything is repaired, it'll be repaired here as well. This is one funny basement. How can a basement be funny? It's beneath the building, isn't it? It's serving its purpose. It makes sense, right? Well, no. You see in the top right there, how you can just see a little bit of something in the darkness? It's because buildings in Chrono Trigger are all saved as one map and you just teleport around it. And you can see part of the floor above us. That's a part of the foyer when you first come in. I noticed it before, and I didn't really like when I did, because I was checking all the walls looking for some kind of illusion wall to get me up to that room that you could just barely see. I thought it was a well-hidden secret, and I was driving myself mad checking the edges of this room for a good 10 minutes or so, and it's nothing. It's just an oversight. But we do get a magic capsule for being diligent, so that's at least something. Magus has without a doubt been our best magic user lately, just having whatever enemies are weak to, screen nuking left and right, he should get it. Here rests the brave Sir Cyrus, whose spirit lives on in his true friend, Glenn. Back in the past, the regular chest had another elixir inside it. We get a Nova armor from that chest. That's male equipment, stronger than the ruby armor as well in the way of physical resistance, and it gives status immunity. That ain't going on Magus. That is what we call redundancy. Having a tank/healer have that sounds like a beautiful plan. Going in reverse order still, the Siren's Kiss. This weapon deserves special attention. The one that we got in the future, or rather in the present, that one does more damage, but this one makes it so her regular attack has a chance of inflicting stop. That can be attractive in its own right, as up to this point, stop has been locked behind having certain combinations of party members for dual tech, specifically Ayla and Robo. I personally don't use Marl's regular attack much, so I won't be using that, but maybe you do. Get an Onimaru. I have to know this. It's still more powerful than the Yaksha Blade. Why does that exist? Why would you put that chest there? I don't have many complaints about this thing. I really don't. It's great. But that one is just, no. Why do that? Out of everything available in the original release, the Masamune powered up is Frog's ultimate weapon. And that's not the only ultimate weapon we've obtained. The Valkyrie Bow is also Marl's. That's 2-in-1 venture. It seems like we're done, but actually no. After obtaining the powered-up Masamune, there's something for us to obtain in the Denadoro Mountains of all places. This is a very relevant location to Frog's backstory, and taking him back here now once again... Whoa! Magus just incinerated the Ogun. Didn't even need to destroy the hammer. The hammer outlived the Ogun. Playing as Frog only at this segment of Waterfall He's capable of catching the stones. You're no match for me, freelancer! The rock glows in Frog's hand. Obtained golden gemstone. I am no longer the frog I was before. He's just awkwardly being like, okay, buddy, you do you. I'll back off. I swear, I wasn't doing nothing. The golden gemstone is an accessory that enables the Masamune triple tech. As much as I'd love to show this tech right away, I don't have all the techs necessary to do it. But that doesn't mean that we don't have some kind of reward lined up for Frog. I think I got just the one. Next time on Chrono Trigger, we return to the end of time and see what else we can do for ourselves and the world. See you guys then.